Hello, everyone. So we all have these personal strengths and personal weaknesses that we ascribe to ourselves, that we associate ourselves with. Our personal strengths may be strengths that other people have told us are strengths. They may be strengths that we had a natural inclination to when we were younger and have developed over time. They may be strengths that have been hard fought, and even if they were hard fought over a short amount of time, when we gained them, they're still hard fought. But personal strength is a double-edged sword. What we view as a strength, we might view the opposite as a weakness. Now, if I believe that I'm an outgoing person, then I may feel the need to keep on being that outgoing person to the extent that I push people away, or that I'm trying to live up to this dream of this idea of myself without it having a lot of validity, and I end up just basically chasing a dream that I thought I had to live up to, but I didn't really need. We have to be careful when we describe ourselves in certain ways, when we attach these tags, like YouTube tags, to ourselves, to our very personality, our being, especially if they are either influenced by people who just comment randomly on us, or ones that we just kind of take up because they look nice and shiny. We want to see ourselves as that thing, so we place these certain tags upon our own being, or try to, and we end up living in this shell of what we want to be, and not really evaluating ourselves as we are. We end up living in a shell of how other people perceive us, without really thinking, okay, does that actually matter? How we perceive ourselves is more important. So what should matter is basically what is behind the face. What is behind this shell, the societal shell? What is behind who we want to be? And what are we at our center, beyond time, beyond personality, beyond our aversions or cravings? Who are we at our very center? And then that's the real search. Now, when we ascribe weaknesses to ourselves, this can be just as much of an act of ego. When we ascribe weaknesses that say, okay, well, I'm not a spiritual person, or then so I shouldn't really seek things that are metaphysical. This is an obvious one. Then we have an idea of ourselves that actually drags us away from understanding ourselves. Let's go to a harder one. We might ascribe a weakness that, okay, I'm not intelligent, so I should basically just do what my dad did, do what my family has done, follow tradition, because I can't really understand anything. Now, intelligence isn't always what helps you understand life, helps you understand reality, helps you understand yourself. It's more about constant thought, constant practice of your self-analysis. Constant practice of that is far more important than what your IQ is. You don't need a high IQ to evaluate something over time, to piece together who you are over time. You just simply need a constant practice of self-analysis, however you want to do that. I'm not even talking about meditation or prayer or anything like that, anything even religious related or spiritual related. I'm talking about continuously taking away what identity you're attached to in regards to yourself, taking away that attachment, and completely analyzing yourself anew on a consistent basis, a daily basis, hell, maybe even a weekly basis. You'll still progress towards understanding who you are within, and not who you feel like you should be, or who you would like to be, so that other people look at you and look at you more radiantly as shining in a way that you view yourself as not really shining. So you're always working towards that image that other people have of you, that image that you want other people to have of you. It's very important to really analyze the idea of strengths and weaknesses. Now, there are very few strengths and weaknesses that could not be ascribed to everyone. The human potential is very vast. It's all about how we look at ourselves. The human potential, the human brain itself has the ability to learn so many things, to look at things in a new way that can, even if it's not legitimate intelligence, it can basically mimic and surpass intelligence just by constantly viewing things from a different angle. That is actually a heightened intelligence, if it's not, intelligence itself. But the way we look at things can increase the intellectual ability to really understand our situation. And we have to learn that any weaknesses that we have, they're going to be associated more with how we view ourselves and not what we actually have. But the strengths, the ego also goes awry. The ego likes to think that we're strong in certain areas when we're not. And subconsciously we try to support that. But what we have to really consider is that, okay, why am I looking at myself as being strong, physically? Why am I looking at myself as being beautiful? And what you come to is not necessarily that you're not strong or beautiful. It's that you're looking at yourself and ascribing these traits to yourself and trying to live up to them subconsciously because of your ego's desire for self-gratification. Now, if you can go to a depth of yourself beyond self-gratification, beyond the ego's desire to fulfill its own importance among others, then you can find out who you truly are. Finding who you truly are is as easy and as complicated as looking at yourself without attitude, without emotion, without preconceived notions, and without what you want to see. So look at yourself as you are, but don't have any illusions that you can't achieve what you want to achieve, because you can. You can always achieve what you want to achieve. It's just all about applying your perspective, applying your effort, and using whatever ability you have and flipping it and increasing it from wherever you are. Doesn't matter. So thank you very much for watching. This has been a video about strengths and weaknesses, and I hope to see you in the future.